Hi there, my name is Felix Beck and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop. And yeah, I've heard of a thing. I've never seen it. But apparently, if you cut a chicken's head off, oftentimes they would run around the yard until they realise they're dead and flop on the ground. So that's a pretty good description of comic book creators, people working who write and draw comic books. Right now, they don't realize that the part is over, that the industry is dead. The industry really is dead, and they thought it would go on forever, but really isn't. If you had people, so many people like the Yellow Flash, some guy, your boy Zach, even Van Sky, spent approximately the last 3 to 5 years saying, "Oh my God, what are you doing? You're going to blow the whole thing up! Stop!" And they would, "You silly little incel, you silly little Nazi incel. We've had the best year ever in comics." If you had the best year ever in comics, as they've all been telling us for the last number of years, how come it took 2 weeks for your entire industry, entire multi-million-dollar industry to implode? The reason was because you weakened and destroyed it a bit before, and it was already on its knees. It just couldn't take the. I don't think it will be able to take the stop of product being created. Comic book stores. All comic book stores obviously have had to close because it's hard to sell. It's an essential service, but comic book stores have had to close. So it's the major distributor. I think the only distributor. They might come back. Some might come back if they're lucky. If they're really lucky, I think they're going to come back with 75%, which is not a high enough number to make comic buying to make the comic book industry the same viable thing that it was beforehand. You see, the thing was because you had like Batman, for example. Batman used to sell 150,000 copies. Now it sells like 60,000. But 60,000 is enough to give it enough of a buffer zone so you could do things that will not sell. So you can hire people whose books don't sell, like Max Visaggio, Vida Ayala. You can these books are people who have a proven track record of not being able to sell books, but have the right identity, so you can look good to your woke peers. So and that's the thing that really, really, really destroyed the comic book industry. Hiring people who had no affinity for creating comics and no love for comics. And again, we see it across the board. Like you can see it so much in Doctor Who as well. But people who have no affinity, understanding, or love for comics or love for the audience and wanted to change it entirely. And the audience rejected it, and then the creators then rejected the audience. So this was all viable. This really was viable 3 weeks ago. Now, not anymore, because a lot of people buying the popular horror, like the Batman, the Spider-Man, whatever, the traditional ones. A lot of people were buying them out of habit, because it's a wrench. It's a big wrench to say, I was a part of this fandom and I'm not anymore. Like Doctor Who, I've been a Doctor Who fan all my life. It got to a point where, as episode 3 of this year, I would have. That's one where I really would have stopped watching. Really, really would have stopped watching. Except I was going to review it for the channel, but it was a real wrench and I absolutely hated the whole year before it, but I kept on watching it. It was never like an idea I'm not gonna. But really, it got to that episode, and I don't want to see this anymore. I don't care anymore. Once you break that habit, you broke the habit. The same thing happened with Last Jedi and Captain Marvel. I had a complete collection of all the MCU movies. And then Captain Marvel came out. I'm like, there's no way I'm buying that. That's all. No way I'm ever going to watch that again. But because of that, I also didn't buy Ant-Man and Wasp. Because why? Once I've broken the habit, I broke the habit. Same with Star Wars. I did buy Last Jedi because I was still I was like, what? I couldn't quite believe how bad it was. I needed to watch it again. And I couldn't get through it, right? But because of that, I didn't buy Solo or Rise of Skywalker. Again, you broke the habit. When you break the habit is broken forever. So, but before then, you had creators who could basically do absolutely anything, have no idea what they're doing, be very insulting to the audience, and have open disdain for the audience with no consequence whatsoever. So, that's called pre-pandemic thinking. Pre-pandemic. And we are in a post-pandemic world. So there's one just fantastic example that I that I had to go over. I was actually going to do a video about the Gotham High thing and do a reaction to that, but this happened this morning. I'm like, yeah, how can I not inform you of it? But before we get there, if you can hit the subscribe button, thank you very much. I am actually really, genuinely, very, very grateful for anybody that it just takes a click. Thank you so much, and it's really, really helpful. Go to the video notes, and you'll see you can download a Doctor Who audio adventure from there, from mid-80s. It's a fan thing. Starring Nicholas Briggs as the Doctor. It's really quite fun. I enjoyed it. Also, I do giveaways each. That's for everybody. Whether you subscribe, whether you're not, whether you're stopping by, help yourself. Look, people have a lot of time on their hands right now. Apart from me, I'm actually got less time because I'm doing more YouTubing. So I'm like, I have less time on my hands. But okay, never mind. So I give stuff away each week on the channel. This week I'm giving away something freaking incredible. It's going on April, I think it's 5th, this Sunday, April 5th, when I'm going to be on the TARDIS Zone discussing Doctor Who, which is what I discuss a lot. But this thing, Alien Quadrology, this fantastic DVD set of all 4 Alien movies. I think it's 8, I think it's 9, maybe even 10 discs of like tons and tons of extras. You have like theatrical version, you have director's cut. Just FYI, the director's cut of Alien 3, virtually a totally different movie and a much, much better one, a much more entertaining one. Anyway, so all you have to do to win that is subscribe to the channel and leave the hashtag Xenomorph. And again, we're doing the drawing, I think, on the 5th. Go and check the video. So anyway, so there's a person by the name of Dana Schwartz. I was just grappling for the right word. I was going to say there's a woman called Dana Schwartz. I thought, oh no, woman might be a demeaning. No, I was going to say a lady. No, I know ladies is bad. Is that bad? I was going to say girl. Anyway, so I went for a person. There's a person by the name of Dana Schwartz who's insane, who's completely insane, or I like to call it an average LA screenwriter. She's completely bonkers with this completely bonkers view of the world, and she is writing the Disney Plus She-Hulk show. So she's basically made me confirm that there is no way I am possibly subscribing to Disney Plus to watch this. Although Disney, I'm not sure they're going to survive this either, because Disney has gone. They've invested a lot in woke entertainment, a lot. So I think they might go the same way with comics. You close down those parks for long enough, you stop people being able to go and see movies. I don't know, and then you pump out crap on D Plus, which She-Hulk legitimately looks like it's going to be. So anyway, she had a run. She's a writer for it. She had this whole thing where she attacked South Park for toxic masculinity. Because she's crazy! She's absolutely crazy! Anyway, but so then she had a run-in with somebody on social media, on Twitter, who clearly loves and understands comics and She-Hulk, and he's pretty darn pissed off that she's coming in with like little to no understanding of it at all, and taking her to task for it, asking her very pointed questions that she clearly cannot answer, and she doesn't like being answered. So when she's asked a question, she always goes, "Oh, it's just because I'm a woman." No. It's not because you're a woman. It's because you've disingenuously stolen something from a person, something that somebody loves, and using it as a platform for your insane ideology. So let's look at this back and forth with this crazy woman over here. Fine. Let me see if I can shrink this down a bit, make it. There we go. That's better. Fine. So this gentleman by the name of Juicy Revival. Well, I hope you are revived. I hope you're revived very juicily. What happened was Dana Schwartz had put out this Instagram post about this very artsy-fartsy comic book. Again, as far from the mainstream as possible, the graphic novel. So and this guy saw it and said, "Oh God, another person hired because of their identity rather than their love of the medium, and they're going to do something absolutely awful with it." And he took it to task. So here's what he said. So where on your Instagram is the mention of that passion about comics? Again, she was talking about this crappy feminist book that nobody's really going to want to see. In a medium where frauds are spotted like criminals casing a bank. That's very true. Frauds have taken over the industry, and they keep getting hired to make books that won't sell. Again, Max Visaggio is a great example. Vida Ayala. There's so many of them. And certainly none of them can do a book that would sell without an established character, it's fascinating. Yeah, both Marvel and DC are Thelma and Louising it right now, going off the cliff as the industry implodes around them. In a medium where frauds are spotted like criminals casing a bank, how do you truly believe you'll write something interesting? Fair. He's being harsh, but it's a good question. I would say good luck, but that would imply you give a crap beyond your upward mobility. I don't believe she does at all. I don't believe that. I think she's using this as a stepping stone. And this is what this guy's saying. So how about don't f up an iconic character created by a company that has grown the IP for nearly 50 years. You know what? How is that unfair? Again, it's harsh. It's asking you a harsh question. But what? How are we supposed to believe you're not going to screw this up to make this a platform for your ideology? And the only reason we think that is because that's what you and people like you have done for years and years and years and end. So of course she took this criticism very seriously, and she wanted to put this paying customer fears at rest, so he would continue being a paying customer. So here's how she dealt with it. She answered it very, very specifically. She says, "Men really need to take a deep breath." Really? Men? Really? What's this got to do with men? How has this got to do with you being a woman or him being a man? You are working on a character that he loves, and you have demonstrated a disdain for that. So then he went on. The point of my seething protest is that I can smell the disingenuous agenda driven persona, and I would like the writer, in quotes, to the stunning and brave guts to the stunning and brave guts to tell me why she is motivated to write a comic write about a comic character. Sure hope that the answer isn't about cash and a feminist agenda, because that would be selfish, wouldn't it? Again, very, 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 very valid. Again, why are you taking something that is beloved and then retooling it for your ideological political outlook? So again, she dealt with this criticism very, very, very seriously, she really thought it through, and then she going, "Oh no, he doubled down." Yeah, because what changed, Dana? What changed, Dana Schwartz? Tell me what changed between the first and second. What did you do to answer him? You did nothing. In fact, all you're doing right now is confirming every freaking thing he's saying. So then he goes on. It's a connected medium with a character driven by its original source material. My question is this: why are you interested beyond money? What makes you want to write about She-Hulk when you are clearly not interested in that genre? Again, yeah, are you clearly not interested in that genre? You're clearly not. So why are you doing it other than it being a paying gig? So fine. So now she actually does come up with an answer. She says, "Earnest question." Okay, it's a question on answer. Do male writers deal with this? Yes! Yes! You freaking stupid idiot! Yes! Also, imagine seriously believing anyone got into comics for the money. Lol! Excuse me. If you can't get into if you can't make a profession out of it, comics is a commercial artistic medium, which means you need to be able to sell it, or you need to be independently wealthy that it doesn't matter that it sells. Now, it was 2 weeks ago. Marvel and DC, it didn't matter if their comics sold. It really didn't matter, because they had a bunch of them that just would sell no matter what. It didn't matter. That's gone. That's over. That is that. And again, what has this got to do with money? Yes. Yeah, when a male writer screws something up, he will be raked over the coals. Exhibit A. Did you see Ben Kibblesmith's take on the New Warriors? Did you see how many videos were made ripping him apart? And did we go, oh, geez, yeah, that's the brother. Yeah, no, we better give him a pass. Okay, so then it continues. The stupid continues. She says, the idea that I need to somehow prove my worthiness in order to work in a certain genre is incredibly toxic and also very, very sexist. VV sexist. Why? Why is it a toxic or sexist? Again, we've had a genre flooded with people who have no understanding of it, no liking for it, no love for it, and an utter disdain for it, and a disdain for their audience for many years in it, to the point where you destroyed the industry. That's how and so I think at this point, in 2015, good. She has a good point. 2020, you don't. 2020, if you're doing exactly the same act that has destroyed the industry, that has ripped things apart, that people love. I love it for somebody to take something that you love, that you care about, and tear it up in the name of agenda. In name of agenda. I would just love that to happen, and see how sanguine you are about it. The only people to whom I need to explain my experience, my credentials, and my passion are the people who hired me. Yeah, and the people who hired you. And let's be clear, because you have a vagina. That's why they hired you. They didn't hire you for your passion. They didn't hire you for your credentials. They didn't hire you for your experience. They hired you for what you urinate out of. And that is it. So then she goes on, this is the most disingenuous part. Fan gatekeeping is a profoundly toxic subculture. Oh, really? So do you want to tell that to Mark bloody Wade, do you? Who gatekeeped your boy Zach out of the industry, and then the industry imploded around him, and now who's doing well? Same thing with Eva Van Sciver. You full of shit. It's incredible. The people who think enjoying a thing gives them ownership over it. No, again, the fandom doesn't have ownership over it, but also the creatives don't. We work in partnership with each other. We need each other to continue. We have a symbiotic relationship. And quite frankly, you don't have ownership over it, over anyone else. You need to service the audience, or the audience will go away. And you know what? The audience is going away. Okay, so now it goes on. This is the worst part, I think, and shows her utter insanity. I'm going to read what she's replying to first. Dana, most human beings will not be watching your She-Hulk. That's very true. To answer your question, when people bought comics, they were very excited about creators. Jim Lee, for example, a man but Asian that should temper your rage, was inspiring young readers, girls and boys. The reason he was inspiring, he was driven and passionate, just about the characters and the stories he told that fit the classic storytelling trope. 100% correct. An audience can always smell disinterest, and we can smell passion. You see that on YouTube more than anything else. You can smell passion, and you can smell disinterest. When he created the image with Liefeld, McFarlane, they made a lot of money. They did make a lot of money. Just as, again, even Van Sciver, your boy Zach, Comicsgate, they're making a lot of money right now. Why? Because they understand what they're doing. They understand the audience. They understand the market. You don't. The passion drove the profit. The passion drove the profit. Most comic success stories stem from the fact that a writer is creating something out of joy, not hate or agenda, which is what you're doing. He is so right. What have I created? Nothing. That's not my job. However, I am the consumer of the products you are going to try and sell me. 100% correct. My larger point, wouldn't it be easier for you to write the stories you want to write, and not try and force your way into an industry full of consumers who don't want the crap you want to write? Yes. Yeah. Again, I don't understand how any of that is an unreasonable question. And then you see her answer, how she's untethered from reality. Okay, I'm posting this here to show you how this guy has finally shown his whole arse. Yeah, he's explained his point incredibly well, and much better than you have. He is terrified. Yeah, he's terrified of a prospect of another thing he loves being destroyed by somebody in the name of an agenda he probably doesn't agree with. He is terrified at the prospect of, are you going to say that? No, that's a woman. Stop hiding behind your gender. You coward. You utter coward. A woman might actually genuinely love writing the same character enjoy. If you genuinely loved it, if that was the case, you could have answered him. But you know what? You didn't answer him because you don't. You don't have an answer at all. It would tear his worldview apart. And this goes on and on. And there's one more which I thought was like really, really terrible. Melissa Hunter. Who is Melissa Hunter? Let's see. TV writer, producer, She-Hulk, Santa Clara Diet. Adult Wednesday, Adams. No, fine, whatever. So she wrote, should I tell him that I, a woman, is also writing for She-Hulk and that I, a woman, have no comic book writing experience? It might break. How is that? Why are you proud of that? Why are you proud of that? Why are you saying, I have no idea or experience about the job that I'm doing that is very important to this guy, I think it's funny. I think it's funny. You know what I think is funny? I think it's funny that you don't know the world you're living in. That's what I think it's funny. I think it's funny that you think you can get away with it. I think it's funny that you think you're going to have, that you think there's going to be a system in place for you to financially support this obnoxious, disgusting activism. I think that's funny. And you know what? I'm going to enjoy laughing as you find out. Because the comic book pros, who are exactly like you, don't realize it yet. They think they're on a 2-week vacation. They think, oh, yeah, see, summer came early. They think this is all going to just go back to normal. No, it's over. It's over. Your bull crap is over. And you know what? I'm sorry it took a global pandemic and thousands of people having to die from a virus from you to realize what a disgusting idiot you've been. But I guess that's what it took. My name is Felix Beck and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.